Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. One could watch this and think that you really hate Sean Combs.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
Gotta ask you, Janice Combs, how you feel about her? I mean, they alleging that she was, having freak-off.
I spoke to a man, Mr. Brown, who used to go to the freak-offs, and he knew Miss Combs, and he knew about her and her freak-offs and everything like that. We had always thought that she had a modeling agency, but it wasn't a modeling agency. It was more a brothel that she ran for high-profile drugs.
50 Cent has ignited fresh controversy with a major update regarding his documentary series. According to new reports, Season 2 of Diddy, The Reckoning is already being developed, but this time the focus may shift toward Janice Combs. Speculation continues to grow about the role she may have played behind the scenes during Sean Combs' rise to fame and the expansion of Bad Boy Entertainment. At the same time, rumors suggest that several important pieces of footage were left out of Season 1, leading many viewers to believe that key details never made it into the final release. Now, 50 Cent is reportedly planning to go even further by releasing exclusive content directly on YouTube, promising new information and unseen material that could change how audiences view the story. With curiosity building online, many believe the next chapter could create even bigger reactions than the first.
Yeah, my mom's gorgeous. Well, let me introduce you to my mom, called Ma Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
The documentary begins by examining Sean Combs' early years, presenting his childhood as the foundation for the powerful image he would later build. Childhood friend Tim Patterson recalls how the loss of Diddy's father at a young age had a major impact on his upbringing. Following that tragedy, Janice Combs reportedly became the central figure in the household, creating an environment filled with ambition, activity, and influential visitors. According to the documentary, growing up in this atmosphere exposed Sean to a world driven by status, influence, and opportunity from an early age. Many people in the neighborhood reportedly recognized that he was being raised in an environment closely connected to power and attention.
She made a comment saying that he's not a monster.
I guess this is my newfound career, so I'm gonna say what on my mind and what I think, brother. First of all, that's his mother. Wrong, right, or indifferent, she gonna lie, steal, kill, and protect her child. That's what she's supposed to do. But the apple don't fall far from the tree, man. You got to realize that. He didn't get all this from his daddy because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big time drug dealer in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You got to realize, man, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also Ladies of the Night.
The documentary portrays Janice Combs as a highly ambitious woman who moved within influential social circles. After the death of Sean's father, the narrative suggests she became increasingly focused on shaping her son's future and positioning him for success. Tim Patterson recalls a childhood memory in which a small stage was reportedly set up inside their home, allowing Sean and other children to perform in front of guests. According to the documentary, these experiences taught Sean an important lesson early in life, that visibility, performance, and attention could create influence and open doors to larger opportunities.
Be the originator of the freak-offs. All right, so tomorrow Peacock is dropping. According to the Rolling Stone, the doc features an alleged childhood friend of Puff's, hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having sex. I mean, that was just their normal. And the doc, when talking about the parties, Tim says, verbatim, "That's what we were privy to. This was what we were fed."
The documentary also explores how Sean Combs' childhood environment may have shaped his personality and ambitions. Several individuals connected to his past offer opinions about the influence of those early experiences. Accounts attributed to Gene Deal describe an atmosphere where confidence, visibility, and commanding attention were highly valued. Commentators featured in the documentary suggest that these experiences may have helped develop the drive, ambition, and larger-than-life personality that later contributed to Sean's success in the entertainment industry.
It's talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother action like that in a sexual way? And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that. That's them, that's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me. And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this, I don't want to get too deep, man, this Oedipus complex.
According to the documentary's narrative, the influences surrounding Sean Combs during his childhood did not disappear as he grew older. Instead, they evolved alongside his rise in the music business. Some commentators describe the exclusive circles and high-profile gatherings linked to his later career as an extension of the environment he experienced while growing up. Within these accounts, Janice Combs is portrayed as someone who continued to have a presence around significant moments throughout his adult life. Supporters of this interpretation argue that her influence helped shape not only Sean's ambition but also the image and connections that surrounded his public career.
And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, yep.
That's from the Diddy freak off party. And I'm gonna say allegedly.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her at one point, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, you know, will be a part of a freak off or no?
I think that she liked to party and she partied with young people. She's always been like that. She always copied or emulated Little Kim and Mary J. Blige. Or they emulated her. The blonde hair, the nails, the high boots, the age-appropriate, inappropriate.
Gene Deal has claimed that the relationship between Sean Combs and Janice Combs remained exceptionally close throughout his life. According to Deal, Janice placed major responsibilities on Sean from a young age, encouraging maturity and leadership early on. He believes her influence extended beyond traditional parental support and helped shape Sean's confidence, mindset, and approach to success. The documentary presents her as a lasting force whose guidance may have contributed to the ambition and strategic thinking that later became central to his career.
Whether it's physical or mental, with a mother and a son. So I'm looking at his mother and him on the couch, and both of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties. Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know, but they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off, she was ever at that type of party, but you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know.
For years, public discussion has surrounded the close relationship between Sean Combs and Janice Combs. Various stories and rumors have circulated regarding her proximity to the social circles connected to Sean's public life. However, it is important to note that many of these claims remain unverified and are based on speculation rather than confirmed evidence. The documentary presents these conversations as part of the broader debate surrounding influence, awareness, and the environment that existed around Sean Combs throughout his career. No verified evidence has established Janice Combs' direct involvement in any alleged misconduct.
Can you see that? Like,
yeah, with the blonde hair and yeah, and all of that. I mean, somebody
really
asked a question: what kind of man puts his hands on his mother? The same kind of man that parties with his mom, the same kind of man who kisses his mom in the mouth, the same kind of man who seems to have accurate knowledge that his elderly mother can put both of her hands, her palms, on the floor and while she's standing up, bent over.
Oh damn! I ain't seen that one. Oh.
You never seen the Instagram video where he was talking about how his mom is still young and spry and how she still liked the party and how they was getting a IV drip?
Oh. Damn.
And she was kissing him in the mouth on the video. And he was like, yeah, my mom can bend over and touch the floor with her palms.
No.
It's a very, very, very weird relationship.
The documentary also examines allegations and claims made by various individuals connected to Sean Combs' world. According to the narrative, some observers believe the influence of Janice Combs may have extended beyond traditional family support. These accounts describe an environment that was highly structured and shaped by long-standing personal relationships. However, the documentary emphasizes that such descriptions remain allegations and interpretations rather than proven facts. The broader discussion focuses on how personal relationships and early influences may have affected Sean Combs' approach to influence, business, and public life.
Freak-offs.
I spoke to a man, Mr. Brown, who used to go to the freak-offs. And this guy lives in Georgia right now. And he told me that he was a stick-up kid back in the day. And one time he had robbed one of their spots. And he went back and he had got the money and gave them their money back and everything like that. And he knew Miss Combs and he knew about her and her freak-offs and everything like that. We had always thought that she had a modeling agency, but it wasn't a modeling agency. It was more of a brothel that she ran for high-profile drug dealers and athletes. You could tell by I could tell that Miss Combs at the time, and actually saw her, like young guys. She came at me a couple of times back in my heyday, you know, before the extra 75 pounds back then. And the reason I left Bad Boy wasn't only because of her advances, it was because I got tired of a lot of the...
According to the documentary, Sean Combs' early life was shaped by an environment many describe as unusually complex. Sources featured in the project suggest that Janice Combs maintained a socially active household filled with visitors and influential connections. The narrative argues that growing up in this setting may have helped Sean develop skills such as networking, leadership, confidence, and strategic thinking. Commentators believe those qualities later became major factors in his success within the entertainment industry.
Netflix documentary, Sean Combs' The Reckoning. In a statement to Deadline, she said, "These inaccuracies regarding my son Sean's upbringing and family life are intentionally done to mislead viewers and to further harm our reputation." She also maintains she was not an abusive parent and says that Diddy never slapped her, as previously stated in the...
Janice Combs has reportedly rejected many of the claims and interpretations presented in the documentary. Despite the intense public attention generated by the project, neither Janice Combs nor Sean Combs has publicly pursued legal action against 50 Cent or Netflix regarding the documentary. That absence of legal action has fueled further debate online. Some observers question why the claims have not been challenged in court, while others believe strategic, legal, or personal considerations may explain the silence. As a result, the controversy continues to grow.
You don't actually sign to Diddy. His name is on the dotted line, but you actually sign it to Janice Combs.
Did he ever tell you why that is, or do you understand?
Oh, now that I'm older, I know exactly what it is. It's a paper trail, so nothing can come bite me. If you come for me, you ain't coming for me. I ain't got it.
He was really prospering, music, business, fashion. And one of the things that he had said, what he alleged in the documentary, and again, this is an allegation from him, was that the name Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs's name was not really involved in that on the corporate side. And one of the things he's saying is the reason for that was to avoid having to pay any liability from, the devastating basketball game that had happened in the early 90s, where he was the subject of wrongful death lawsuits because of the multiple deaths that had occurred as a result of that basketball game that Diddy was behind organizing. So that was really, surprising to hear.
Yeah, that was a big allegation, because the families of the victims killed in that stampede, it was horrible. We're talking about December 28th, 1991. Combs, fellow rapper Heavy D, they hosted this charity basketball game. The game took place at the gymnasium of the City College of New York. And according to the New York Daily News, before the basketball game started, people who weren't let inside, they broke a window, swarmed toward the entrance of the gym, all went down a staircase. The doors at the bottom of those stairs opened towards the stairs, not towards the gym. So once a crowd got down there, they couldn't get the doors open and people started being crushed. 9 people died. Dozens of others were injured. And there were no criminal.
The documentary portrays Janice Combs as one of the earliest influences behind Sean Combs' understanding of business and long-term planning. According to claims discussed in the project, some insiders believe she may have played a role in protecting key assets and helping manage important business matters behind the scenes. The narrative suggests that Sean placed significant trust in his mother, relying on her guidance during challenging periods. Supporters of this theory argue that her involvement helped preserve stability and protect important interests as the Bad Boy empire expanded.
You understand? I was there. I was doing security. My team was supposed to have the outside. Puff came to me the day before we were supposed to do the job there and told me that Heavy D didn't want us to do the security outside. I had 18 men ready to do the security outside with my dogs like I always do. People knew how we used to roll. We would have the pits, the Rockwilders. You understand? We had that outside locked up. So anybody try to bum rush, anybody do that, we had the gates, the whole 9 yards. So we could stop all that. You know how people gonna get down in Harlem. You understand? So, and then when you got LL Cool J, you got Mike Tyson coming through there, and they coming through the front door so people see them. So they gonna go crazy. LL was the hottest thing out at that time. Mike Tyson was the hottest thing out at that time. They got all kinds of stars and people in there already. They was coming through the back. They came through the front. And it caused the door to be bum rushed. But if they had the gates up, if they had the dogs, and with the help of the police, that shit would have never happened, bro. That shit would have never happened. I was there, I saw it. I saw Jessica run down the steps after she grabbed the money box because my man Eddie was protecting her. And Eddie's the one called me on the walkie-talkie and said, yo, Jessica just locked me in outside the gym, Gene. You couldn't go down the steps after they bum rushed the door. You understand? I had to run around the whole gym on the outside, around the gym, down the steps, run across the basketball court and open the front door. When I opened that one door, because it pushed inside, people start squeezing through that. Then I just kept doing the doors and people was coming in there, falling dead, right out, just falling out right there. And once they got in there, they just fell out. It was crazy, bro. He just wanted us to do inside the gym to make sure that nobody, be over the celebrities like that. That's what he wanted my team to do. But most of the celebrities gonna have their own security anyway. You know what I'm saying? That was just a way to cut our security off anyway. So he cut the security and he got the FOIs, and the FOIs left their post, and that's how the people bum rushed the door and 9 people died by going down those corridors.
And you blame Diddy for that?
Yeah, I do.
One question repeatedly raised by commentators is why Janice Combs allegedly maintained influence over certain business interests. Some analysts point to past legal challenges faced by Sean Combs, including the tragic 1991 City College charity basketball event, where overcrowding led to a deadly stampede. According to these observers, experiences like that may have influenced later decisions involving financial structure and asset protection. They suggest that placing certain responsibilities or holdings under trusted family oversight could have been viewed as a way to create stability and reduce risk. Within this interpretation, the story becomes not only about Sean Combs' rise to power, but also about the network of trusted individuals who may have helped protect and support that empire behind the scenes.
Kids.
Yeah. But that wasn't all. Just to hear Little Rod say, like, the boys were around. Roger Bonds talked about the children as well. What kind of parenting relationship is that? But then again, that goes back to the conversation of Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. It was all known that she was spotted in them streets with Justin, and then she was spotted in them streets with Diddy, and they all tried to sit there and pretend like that wasn't what it was. Like, I don't know if anybody has not noticed, but ever since Diddy got pinched, they've all been trying to pretend like all of the stuff that we've seen that happened.
For Sean Diddy Combs trying to stop the release of a Netflix docuseries due out today.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
The series contains never-before-seen footage of Combs debating strategy with his lawyers in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last year.
I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
It also includes video of Combs greeting fans in Harlem.
Off my back. Lord, you win. I'm gonna win. Lord, you win. Be with it. I'll accept it.
And then saying this about the interaction moments later.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with. Like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
Now Combs' lawyers are demanding Netflix pull the series, threatening legal action, claiming Netflix is using stolen footage that was never authorized for release as part of what they call a shameful hit piece. The series is executive produced by Combs' longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and director Alex Stapleton, who said, quote, "We obtained the footage legally and have the necessary rights," end quote. Before the cease and desist demand was sent yesterday, Stapleton and Jackson sat down with our Robin Roberts to discuss the series.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
It's not personal.
The show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. Not everyone needed to have an allegation.
Christian are teasing a new docuseries about their family. Justin and Christian King Combs appear in a new trailer released December 28th to Instagram by Zeus Network's founder. In the trailer, Justin and Christian sit on a couch in a screening room while a series of headlines about their father cycle on screen. At the end of the trailer, Justin's phone vibrates and he answers a collect call from the Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institute, where Combs is currently behind bars. No release date for the docuseries is given, though the teaser says viewers can expect it at some point in 2026. Combs shares Justin with ex-Misa Hilton and Christian with the late Kim Porter. The rapper is also dad to 34-year-old son Quincy and daughters Chance, 19, twins Delilah and Jesse, also 19, and Love, who is 3 years old. Combs was transferred to Fort Dix from the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York in late October after he was sentenced to 50 months in prison on prostitution-related convictions.
Zeus Network has a new Diddy documentary coming out, and this time it is coming from the perspective of Diddy and his sons. All the time I thought we were about to leave Diddy in 2025. Well, this documentary is coming in 2026. And a lot of people, just like myself, are already not feeling this new documentary coming from Diddy's sons. A lot of people aren't happy about it and actually shocked that the owner of Zeus Network, Lemmy, is doing this Diddy documentary. But what a lot of people fail to forget is Lemmy and Diddy have been friends for quite some time.
His children arriving in court for day one of their father's trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? Do you apologize on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convince your father's innocent? Your daddy does for you! Your daddy does for you for abusing women! That's wrong! You can have work!
The foes, the joy, the pain, our voice, the loyalty, the betrayal, the lies, the love, the hate, the truth, the lies. And Diddy calling from Fort Dix.
This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
When they released this trailer last night, there were so many comments to Lemmy and Zeus Network that they did not want to see this. A lot of people feel like this whole new documentary is just a PR narrative, once again being pushed by Diddy and his sons to try to clean up his image. And after hearing certain things on 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, we have to go back in time and remember what we were seeing during trial. Even when it came to Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, they both came on two separate occasions to trial wearing a free Sean Combs shirt. The first one to do this was Christian Combs during Jane's testimony, and you're not supposed to wear this stuff in front of a jury to try to sway their opinions. And the judge actually told him he had to leave and take it off. And then literally like a week later, Justin did the same exact thing. It was taken out of the courtroom by the judge. And we already saw the videos in the Netflix doc of Diddy talking to Justin, saying he needed to push out certain content to control a narrative. During the trial, there were a lot of things going on that I could see that to me felt like it was just straight PR. Do you remember all of these people that were wearing the free Diddy shirts? And it was actually a meme coin.